Is we got ship to do. It's actually, boy, I didn't realize the time flies. It's actually noontime, high noon Eastern time here in Asheville, North Carolina. Beautiful day, a beautiful day for shipping. We have a total of 42 orders or 42 units going out the door, stuff that sold over the weekend since Friday afternoon. So a really good bounce back weekend. I've had a couple of slower weekends. It has been summer slowdown. You know, you've heard that term before, especially if you're a clothing reseller. The summer months can tend to slow down, and I definitely felt that the last 3 weeks. This weekend, big bounce back week. I'm excited about that. 42 orders going out the door. We have, what's the total count? 17 eBay, 10 on Poshmark, 7 on Mercari. We have a Chris at Peak order, chrisatpeak.com order, and 7 sales went out on Amazon. But the beauty of those is they're all FBA, so I don't got to do anything. They already shipped. Those sales are Amazon's taking care of all that. Some of them are already shipped. So 42 total orders. We got work to do. You know the rules. You're the boss for just a few minutes here or just a few seconds. Let me know what we're going to ship first. Let me know down below in the chat, right? eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, or chrisatpeak.com. Let me know which one you want me to ship first, and we'll just rock and roll from there. Welcome aboard. If you're new to the channel, you're new to the stream, there's links above and below, or you can go right to chrisatpeak.com. It's right there on the screen. You can learn more about a reselling business that you can run out of your house. You can learn more about my coffee business if you want to get yourself some delicious, delicious coffee. There's links there below. We also have a sale right now. We're going to ship out one of these today. Get a Real Job hoodies. I'm running these out the door at my cost. I think they're $22 plus shipping or $21 plus shipping, which is like 60% off or something like that from the normal sale price. We have 5 of those hoodies left. All that information, links, whatever, all the shipping supplies I'll use today too are in my Amazon reseller shopping list. You can find that at chrisatpeak.com too. We got some votes coming in. I see a vote for eBay. I see a vote for Mercari. Trisha says chrisatpeak.com. What's up, Sophia? What's up, Tej? Kate, when did you start Amazon? A couple months ago, like maybe 2.5, 3 months ago. What's up, Kate? Trisha's in the house. Sister Steph is in the house. Everyone's here. Good morning. Good morning. Best coffee ever. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. So we're going to get rocking. I saw eBay first in the chat. I used your link for ABB the other day. Thanks. I saw an order come through for American Bubble Boy. Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate that. I thought it might have been you. All right. We're going to do eBay first. We have 17 orders going out the door on eBay, and that's actually 15 orders, 17 total units. One of them was a bundle of 3 shirts. So let's get ripping. I got to print out those shipping labels first. How was your weekend sales? I want to hear about it. This was a good bounce back weekend for me. 42 units is great. It's really, really good. Are you thrift picks heading to the colder months? What are your thrift picks heading to the colder months and your favorite brands in the fall? So I pick up all seasons all year round. Great question, Wall. All seasons all year round. But yeah, obviously now I'll pick up more of those borderline items that are winter items that I might have passed on in the summertime or in the spring. So right now, some of my favorite brands for the fall, I'm going to go back to the things that got me into this business in the first place. It's those outdoor brands. So I love brands like Arc'teryx and Cool, Kuhl. Is it Khul? Kuhl. Brands like that are some of my favorite picks heading into the fall. And don't sleep on LL Bean, especially flannels and those chamois shirts. I love picking those up. Those are good sellers in the fall. So there's a couple for you right there. I don't feel bad, Kate. I didn't know either. All right, let's get going. We got our first order is going to Adrian. Of course, the first order is a name that I'm never going to be able to pronounce. Adrian. This is going to Missouri, Water Valley, Missouri. Adrian. Brand new with tags. Purchase this retail. Polo Ralph Lauren. Really great print. Men's size large on this slim fit. MSRP $89.50. I paid $22 for it. It sold for it sold for $48.60. $48.60 on this one. First sale going out the door. Buckle up, buckle in, get yourself a drink, something comfortable. We got a lot of shipping to do today. Kate, I like Amazon. It's a different beast. I'm still figuring it out. What's up, Bold North? How are you, buddy? Still figuring it out. I'm no pro over there. That's why I don't talk about it much. I don't like to teach about things that I don't really know anything about. And I am very, very new to Amazon. So just kind of figuring it out. It's got its pros. It's got its cons. So we got a lot of sales today, and we got a mix of, it's really a lot of shirts today, but a mix of new and used. We do have some jeans and some pants going out the door today too. No shoes today. No shoes today, which is interesting. I've been selling shoes pretty well lately. Out the door, thanks so much. Paid 22. That took 2 weeks to sell. Paid 22, sold for 48.60 on that. Next order is going out to Ramin. Ramin got one of the nicest shirts, I think, of the day. You're not going to be able to see it, but this is a Polo Ralph Lauren, brand new with tags, men's size extra large, retail $148. On the back, it's got the triple pony, like huge embroidered triple pony. I've never seen that with the design on the back, and I sell a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren. I paid $40 for this. It sold for $84, plus the buyer paid for shipping on all these eBay orders too. So that's a good one. Nice little profit on this one. I picked this one up 3 weeks ago. So it took 3 weeks to sell and turned $40 into $84. Buyer paid $5.95 shipping. And this shipping label is USPS Ground Advantage. It's $5 at cost. Welcome in, welcome in. I want to hear about your sales. I'm talking about all my sales. I want to hear about, tell me something that you're excited about that's going out the door from the weekend. Love to hear about that stuff too. This is the first time I've ever sold this brand. A new one for me. The brand is called Red Vanley. Red Vanley. Got butterfly all over print. It's a golf polo. I picked this up. I paid $24 for it. It took 2 days to sell. It sold for $48.60. $48.60. I paid $24. 2 days to sell. Going to Brian in Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Brian. Like those nice quick sales. That's a new one for me. New brand. Welcome in, welcome in. If you haven't hit that subscribe or follow button, I'd love to have you on board. Try to pump out content, good authentic content about reselling and starting your own business on your own. I also go live every single Monday and ship out the orders from the weekend so you can see what's actually selling, what it's actually selling for. Try to be as authentic as possible. I love answering your questions too. Another order, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is like boom, 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 boom. It's been my best-selling brand since I started this business 6 years ago. Polo Ralph Lauren, men's size large, tall. Got the pony on the chest. Just a typical, like plain, solid color cotton polo. I paid, what did I pay for this? I paid $26 for this. It sold for $50 plus $5.95 shipping on eBay. The shipping label cost me $5.93. Going out to Jeffrey in Ohio. Plain City, Ohio. We got orders for 2 Jeffreys this weekend. We got 2 Andrews this weekend. We got a David and a Dave this weekend. A lot of just basic common names. That's out the door. This took about 2 months to sell, but I also had, this took 3 months to sell. I had 2 of these though. So this is the second one to sell in that same color, same size. Love those tall sizes. That was a size large, tall. Picked that up retail. 523 in sales this weekend. Nice on Bull North. I like that. Y'all got a Doberman? His name is Bruno. I like that name. That's cool. Congrats on your new dog. That's really awesome. Sister Steph in the chat. Just put my first listings on eBay. Nice. Congrats on getting started. How long did it take to make your very first eBay sale? JD, I wish I could make up a number, but I don't remember. That was, basically 6 years ago, almost to the week. Like it was like the last week of July is when I started this business 6 years ago. So that would have been 2018. I don't remember exactly how long it took me to get my first sale. I'm sorry. But my average number of days per item selling is usually around like 70 days. But obviously it's like some stuff, if you list it in season, some stuff can sell in like, a day or 2 or 3 or 5. But on average, the stuff that's in my inventory historically is taken about 70 days to sell on average. I'm excited that you're getting started. That's really awesome. What's up, Boo? I see you hiding in there. Bull North, what did you sell this weekend? I want to hear about it. We got another Polo Ralph Lauren. It's like so far 4 out of the 5 sales I've showed you are Polo Ralph Lauren. Don't worry, the next one after this one isn't Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a big size 3XB. There's a few brands that make this 3XB. It stands for 3 extra big or big and tall 3X. This one sold for $54. I just picked this one up this week. I paid $29 for it. It sold for $54. It took 3 days to sell. This one's going out the door to another Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like their polos, I guess. Thank you, Jeffrey. This is going to Brighton, Michigan. Brighton, Michigan. Thanks for popping in, Bold North. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I guess it's been a little while since you moved, but y'all got a new house. That was probably about 6 or 8 months ago now. But you all settled in your new place? Thanks, Jeffrey. Order out the door. We got a lot of orders. Buckle up, y'all. Next up is a G4 golf polo. This one's a beautiful polo right here. Men's size large G4. If you don't know this brand, a good one to look out for. It's one of the more popular golf polo brands right now. There's a lot of young brands that are really hot right now. Here's one of them, G4. This brand got purchased by Peter Millar back in 2018. Not a lot of people know that. So Peter Millar owns G4. Peter Millar has been one of the big golf brands for a long time for golf apparel. This sold for $57. I paid $29 for it. This took 6 weeks to sell, but I also sold I've sold like a ton of this exact same pattern. So I bought almost, I think I bought something like 150 or 160 G4 polos between June and July. So the days to sell are kind of skewed because I got a lot of multi-quantity on these. This is going out to Jonas in Pinehurst, North Carolina, just going right down the street. Pinehurst, a big area for golf. So a fellow North Carolinian getting him some G4. Polo sold for $35. Nice. Full North. One of my highlights was a Corneliani polo. Nice. I've never seen a Corneliani polo. I usually, when I come across Corneliani, it's usually formal wear, like suits and blazers. So that's really awesome, dude. Cool sale on that. Pulling out the big brands for today's live, Bold North. We got an order for Leticia. Leticia, back-to-back G4. She got a pair of G4 pants. These took 2 days to sell. Retail on these is $195. It's a pair of golf pants with that camo pattern on it. I paid $25. They sold for $53. Took 2 days to sell. Love that fast selling stuff. Great brand to look for, G4. $53. Buyer paid $8.95 shipping for these. Thank you, Leticia. These are going to El Paso, Texas. Missy Carver's in the house. What's up, Missy? How are you? Good afternoon to you. And as always, I know y'all are busy people. You might be popping in, popping out if you want to watch everything that's sold. You want to watch this recording. Recordings are available on Facebook and YouTube. As soon as this live's over, Facebook and YouTube, you can rewatch it if you want to. And you got a little bit more time. I know we're in the middle of the workday for some of you. So, and if you are watching on the recording, let me know. Write SHIP down below in the chat. SHIP if you're watching that recording. If you're watching live, say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Hope things are going well. Happy Monday. Let's kick off an awesome week together. Jason got a pair of Travis Matthews shorts. These used to sell for more money for me. I've seen this brand in general just come down, both new and used. This is our first used sale of the day going out the door. Going to Jason. Travis Matthews, you can see the little M logo right there. These shorts sold for best offer of $16. Prices definitely come down on those. And those sat for a few months too. So sat for a few summer months. You would expect this stuff to sell quicker in the summer, but I think I had them priced at like $20 or I think maybe $19. I had them priced aggressively too. But Travis Matthews, you know, brands come up, brands come down. Travis Matthews has been hot for the last couple of years. This year, I've just seen it not get as hot, but that's because other brands are kind of stepping into that fray. And actually in the next 2 sales from now, we got an example of a brand that's kind of stepping up and getting hot. That's taking the place of some other brands. Just happens that way. So that one's out the door. I paid $5 for those at a thrift store. Sold them for $16. Not huge profit, but there is profit there. All right, next up is Andrew. Got a pair of brand new with tags, Levi's. I've started to sell jeans and pants a little bit more this past week. I had a day last week where I shipped 3 pairs of jeans in one day, so that was good. So brand new with tags, corduroys. These sold for full asking price $49. I paid $16 for these retail, so $16 and the $49. That's a great profit margin on these. These are going to Andrew. Got 2 Andrews today going out the door. Sold a Dixon shower caddy. Kind of odd. That is kind of odd. I love when like these apparel brands come out with things like a shower caddy. Is it flannel or is it plaid? Like what is it? Is it kind of like on brand for Dixon, or is it a collab? Like a lot of their like Dixon stuff is like co-branded. Is there like a collab with another company? This is going out to Miami, Florida. So here we are, August the 5th. We're shipping out a pair of corduroy pants, and they're shipping to Miami, Florida. Go figure. All right. Next up is a brand that has gotten hotter lately, kind of a newer brand on the scene. Not one that I've been familiar with for a long time. It's called IB Cool. Got a nice pattern on this one. I paid $20 for this shirt retail. You can see it's still in like the IB Cool package and everything. Paid $20. This sold for $39. This was listed for 3 weeks and it sold. So $20 and a $39. This is going to Beaufort, Georgia. And this is going to Julie. Thank you. So we're ripping through eBay orders. We still got, I think, 5 more eBay orders. And then we'll move on to some Poshmark, some Mercari. Gosh, Poshmark was slow for like the first 24 hours of the weekend. I had 1 sale, and then it went crazy yesterday. And eBay cooled off yesterday. It was like all Poshmark yesterday. So this one's out the door. Did I say that I paid $20? That sold for $39. I think I still have 1 more of those left. Next up is another used item, RLX. This is a brand I've seen cool off this year too. So RLX is Ralph Lauren's golf line, RLX. This is just a standard golf polo. This sold for a best offer of $19.80. This took a while to sell. I feel like I had this for like 4 or 5 months. So right through like the middle of the summer, a nice wicking golf polo just sat around. These used to sell a lot faster for me, and they used to sell for more like the I used to sell in like $22 to $26 range. This one sat forever and sold for $19.80. So I still pick up RLX, but not as much as I used to. Sale price and sell-through rate has definitely come way down on RLX. Might it come back? Sure. Sure. But not right now. That's true for new with tags and for used for me. I have both new with tags and used RLX in stock, and they've been slow on both fronts, and I've definitely been lowering prices to try to get them out the door. So thanks, Adam, for taking this one off my hands. It's going to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Next up is for Bradley. Bradley got 3 shirts. Nice little order here. I picked up all 3 of these shirts just this past week. For these 3 shirts, I paid a total of $20. I paid $33 for these 3 shirts, and they sold for grand total $76. So I paid $33. They sold for $76, plus the buyer paid shipping on these 2. Really, really quick sale. I think 2 days on these. So thank you, Bradley. These will be combined into 1 bag. And if you're watching for the first time, many of you already probably know this, but I put a thank you card in every order. It's got a QR code so people can come to my business and buy more stuff. And on the back, I write a little handwritten note to thank that person. So These cards cost me, I think, like 4.5 or 5 cents a piece, and it takes me just a few seconds to sign it on the back right there. So I try to make it like a warm yet professional touch with that like custom card. I've been putting thank you cards in every single one of my orders since I first got started. They used to be like I'd print them off like on pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper, and I would just cut out a whole bunch of them and write thanks on them and put a little message on there. It's gone through different forms over the years, but I've always had some sort of thank you note in every single order. So that's a nice one. $76 order going out the door. I paid $33 for this stuff. I'll pay for this credit card bill on let's see, September the 15th is when this credit card bill is due, and I'm already getting sales from stuff that I just spent money on last week. I love that. It'll help me pay this month's credit card bill, which is due in 10 days. Next up is an order for Mitch. This is getting into some fall wear right here. This is a cashmere blend, Vineyard Vines. I don't know if you can see the logo there. Vineyard Vines. It's cotton and cashmere, quarter zip little sweater piece right here. This sold for a best offer $25. Could I have gotten more for this in like September or October if I hung on to it? Could I have gotten like $30 or $35 for it? Yeah, probably. But let's flip it. Let's use that profit to make more money. I paid $5 for this at a thrift store. Sold it for $25. We made some profit. We'll roll that profit into some more inventory and flip that profit again before we get to September, October anyway. This is going out to Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate you. It's silicone camouflage pattern. It holds your shaving stuff in soap. That's cool. I like the camouflage pattern on that. That's really neat. Just grinding, Mr. Carver. Mr. Carver always hard at work over there. Little cashmere sweater piece. We don't have a lot of fall stuff going out today, but we do have a few pairs of jeans and pants and a sweater. We'll see that pick up here pretty soon. All it takes is a few cool evenings for people to start thinking about buying that fall stuff. Thank you, Mitch. So $5 into $25 plus shipping. Buyer paid $8.95. Shipping on that cost me $6.09 to ship it to them. Next up, I picked up 8 of these just under 3 weeks ago. 8 pairs of these. I paid $40 a piece, which is a lot to pay for inventory. I get it. But I said to myself, you know what? I think these are going to sell really, really fast because it's got that all over print pony on it. So this is the 6th one to sell. I have 2 in inventory left. So I bought 8 of these 3 weeks ago. I won't have to pay this credit card bill until September 15th. So 8 times 40, I paid $240. I've already got way more than $240 in sales on these, and I got 2 more left. This pair sold for $89, my full asking price. Buyer also paid $8.95 shipping. These are going to Lynchburg, Virginia. So when you're talking about retail arbitrage, one metric I'm thinking about really, really closely, especially when I'm going to buy 8 times $40, right? Oh no, I did my math wrong. 8 times 40 is $320. Sorry, I think I said $240. $320. When I'm thinking about spending $320 for an item, right? I want to make sure that I can sell these pretty quickly, at least like a good chunk of them, and get some of that money back before the credit card bill is due. In this case, less than 3 weeks. I already sold 6 out of the 8. I'm going to go ahead and say all of these will be sold before that September 15th credit card bill. They could be all sold before this month's credit card bill. These are going out to Jermaine. Somebody gave me a $35 offer yesterday on the same pair of jeans. And then later on last night, somebody paid full price, $89. Gotta love it. So thanks, Jermaine. A lot of profit on these already. Welcome in, welcome in. If you haven't let me know and want to hear about your sales this weekend too, if there's a sale that you're excited about, something fun, something interesting, a new brand, whatever it might be, I want to hear about your sales too. We're going through 35 of the 42 sales. 7 of them were on Amazon and they're shipped by Amazon. So we can't go over those because they're already shipped. They're out the door. I don't have to look at them. All right, we got one more. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, we're done eBay. Let's move on to Poshmark sales. We got 10 Posh sales. A beer tap for 42. What beer was it? This just sold this morning. I picked this up last week. I paid $29 for it. This sold for $62. So this was listed for 3 days. 3 days, $62. 29 and a 62 on Posh. We're going to ship all these Posh orders in, or at least most of them anyway, in these Tyvek envelopes. They're free at USPS.com. Might as well use this free priority shipping materials for our Poshmark orders. This one's going out to Stanley. Thank you, Stanley. Did I make a thank you card for Stanley? I don't think I did. Oh, yep, there it is. Thanks, Stanley. Some nice quick profit on this. I love that. I bought 2 of these. This one size 2XL. Nice color blocking on it. The other one's the size XL. So 1 out of the 2 have sold. Thank you, Stanley. It's our first of 10 Poshmark sales for the weekend. Tecate, nice. I'm surprised the Tecate one went for 42. Was it a really cool one? You also sold a CD for 30, nice, and a few other little things. Now I got to ask, what was this $30 CD? That's a lot for a CD, I feel like. Probably a used CD too. Another Polo Ralph Lauren. Nice color on this one. This one they call the color Camel. Men's size large. $110 retail on this. Just a plain polo. Paid $29 for this. I listed this on Saturday and it sold yesterday in 1 day. So $48. So $29 into $48. Buyer pays shipping on Poshmark. Just quick, easy money. Quick, easy money. This is going to Alfie. Thank you, Alfie. Isn't like Alfie like a cartoon character's name or something? Sounds familiar. Somebody on TV. What's up, Mazda John? How are you? 69th K-Way shop is in the house, in the building. K-Way flipping all this retail arbitrage stuff fast. Had a lot of RA sales yesterday, which was nice. A lot of stuff from last week already going out the door. That makes Pete happy. You know that. Was a flannel hoodie weekend in August this week. Go figure. That's funny. I like that. I didn't have a ton of fall sales this weekend. I had a few pairs of jeans, a pair of corduroys. I had a sweater, but I had a lot of golf polos go out the door. So there's a polo out the door. We got another golf polo going out the door right here. I'm almost out of these bad birdies. I think I have like 8 or 9 of them left. This is the last model, last size I have. This is called the Bam Bam. Retail on this is $78. I've sold, I think, 180 of these. I picked up like 190 of these back in January. So I think I have like 8 or 10 left anyway. So this sold for $26 on a best offer on Poshmark. Almost sold out of the bad birdies. And actually, there's another one going out the door today too. What's up, JT Entertains? Oh, JT Entertains and resells. What's up, brother? How are you? Are you wearing a tank top this morning, I would imagine, or this afternoon? How are sales for the weekend? This must be wedding season for you, JT Entertains. Have you been busy with DJing, that kind of thing? This sold to Megan. Thank you, Megan. I paid on average like $11, $12 a piece for these bad birdies. Sold a ton of them for like $40 plus. I sold some of them in like the mid 30s. Now I'm just trying to get rid of this last model, which I think is kind of an ugly shirt, frankly. But getting rid of this last model, so priced them down. This one was at $26. Still profit, but just trying to like burn down these the last of this January haul. I am. I figured you were. If you're just popping in, be like JT Entertains. Wear tank tops in the summer. And say hello down below in the chat. That's your task. Take off the sleeves on your shirt and say hello, just like JT Entertains would do. 38 weddings this year, but taking a weekend off and a few weekends off in August. Good for you. Good for you, man. That wedding biz is a tough biz. I didn't DJ, but I worked for a restaurant where we had a big, like we had banquet facilities too. So some weekends we would have like this time of year, we could have 7 weddings in a weekend. We could have 3 weddings going on simultaneously because we had a whole bunch of banquet rooms and facilities in a few different buildings. So I get what you're talking about, that summertime wedding hustle. It's exhausting. It is exhausting. Dealing with enough, I've dealt with enough bridal parties for my entire life. I'm okay with never doing that again. It was fun. It was fun, but there was, you know what I mean, JT. You know, brand new tags polo. Picked this up last week. Took 2 days to sell. This sold for $49. I paid $29 retail. Not huge profit margin on this, but super quick money right there. A couple of days out the door. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a men's size. Extra large, slim fit, just a solid color, nothing fancy. These shirts I have sold consistently over the years. They never go out of style. A lot of brands go up and down. Polo Ralph Lauren has never gone down for me. It is always super consistent. Where's my thank you card for Derek? There it is. Super consistent PRF. Even just a plain solid blue one. It's kind of like a nice heather blue color, but 29 and the 49. Listed for a couple of days, out the door. Before the credit card bill comes in, I already got the profit in the door. I love it. 100% know what you're saying. Oh yeah, didn't know that. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I imagine, like, I feel like humans have just gotten, especially younger humans, have gotten more. I feel like they've gotten more stressed out over the last several years, and maybe not as good at dealing with the stress and anxiety. And weddings are a big stress and anxiety day for people. You know, they put a lot of money into these things. It's a lot of nerves. I can only imagine some of the stories now. I feel like it's probably all the same stories when I used to be in the wedding business, but I bet you they're kind of like exaggerated or inflated now because there's just the way people handle stress these days. I don't think is quite the way it was. And to give you some time span of that too, the last time I was in that business, like working for that banquet facility, that would have been 2005 would have been my last year doing weddings at that level, like at that place. But that was the last. I worked in restaurants after that, but I didn't work at a restaurant that was like a banquet facility after that one. So 2005, I think, was my last year dealing with like weddings at that. So I just think that people are a little bit more high strung now, maybe not as good at handling their stress as they used to be back then. So I can only imagine what it's like now, JT. Do you feel like that's true? Like it's turned up, like the stress is turned up on these events? I do have some stories from some of the, you know, like waiting for where's the groom? He's not here. He got cold feet. We're waiting for him. He's holding up this whole operation. There's a wedding right after this one, so we can't really delay too long. Had some crazy stories from that. I'm okay not doing that anymore. Bundle. Okay, so we got a bundle going out the door. Polo Ralph Lauren. Yep. 2 of them. Solid color. Same size. Men's size. Extra large. These are one classic fit and one slim fit. Let me just double check if that's true. Yep. One slim fit. One classic fit. Yep. Both size extra large, one slim, one classic, both solid colors, one green, one is called Dune Tan. This sold in a bundle for $96. So my total cost on these 2 was $58, and they sold for $96. I listed these on Friday, and they sold August the 4th, so they sold yesterday. So 2 days. 2 days in inventory. Quick flip on those. Nothing fancy on those. Find them all the time. These never, ever go out of style. Always been a good seller for me all 6 years I've been in business. Thank you, Douglas. Nice pickup here. So the retail on these is $110. He paid $96 for 2 of them. They're $110 a piece. So that's a great deal. I pay retail. Come buy from Chris at Peak. I got you. Yeah, man, I do really well. I have a few DJs under me now, but it's stressful and only getting worse. I feel that. I had a friend back in the day who owned a DJ company. Actually, I knew the two big DJ companies that were up in southern New Hampshire. I was friends with the owners of both of them, actually. Obviously, because they did so many weddings at our facility. So you just get to know those DJs really well, as you know. And they made good money. I mean, the average price on these on DJs, even back then, like 2005, was pretty high. Especially if you had a reputation, you were like one of the better DJs. You can get some really good money. But it is not easy. Out the door on those two polos. Nice sale there, $96, 2 days. Money in, money out, or money out, money in. I like that. Next up is a Holderness and Bourne. I've been selling a ton of these. This brand sells really fast for me. If you price it right, it goes fast. This golf polo I paid $35 for. Look at it. It's got all over palm trees. Pretty cool with a little pink pattern. Men's size large. Sold for $60. I paid $35. I've sold a bunch of these. I've probably sold 50 or 60 of this Holderness and Bourne polos this summer. Been a big source of income for me. I had like 8 of the same exact size and color. I still have a few of them left. They've been selling. This is going to Dave. Thank you, Dave. Dave is in Royal Oak, Michigan, wherever that is. Good catching up with you, JT. Appreciate you popping in. Good chitty chat. Hope you have a great week, man. Enjoy those weekends you got off here in August. Hope you have some chill time with the fam. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate everybody being here, even if you're not talking very much. What's up, Travis George? Keep Georgie in the house. Did you get the camper out this weekend, Travis? Get to see all my friends popping in. How cool is that? I don't even have to leave the house, and I can talk with all my friends. Barefoot. Wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday, if you care. Hey, Cindy, how are you? All my friends coming in. Thanks, Dave. Bought for 35, sold for 60. Holderness and Bourne. I probably had that for a month, but I have a whole bunch of units on that, so I can't say how many days it took to sell because I've already sold a few of those inside that month anyway. Next up is, I think, a really cool Peter Millar. Sometimes I can get really good money for these really nice patterns, and sometimes I can't. This one, I think I had it listed at like $74. It's a featherweight Peter Millar Crown Sport, and it's got all over like beach stuff going on. Isn't that cool? It's got people playing volleyball. It's someone doing a parasailing. Is that what that is? What do you call that? They're playing volleyball. They're sitting on the beach. They're swimming. Just like a really cool all over print. Anyway, sold for $60 on a best offer. I got a few more of these Peter Millar. I think I paid $32 for this, and it sold for $60. This took about a month to sell. And this is going up to Josh. Sometimes I can get $70, $80 for these really unique patterns. And I still might. I got a couple more in stock. We'll see. So I'll pay up for the Peter Millar when they have the nice patterns, especially if they're big sizes too. This one's a size XL. What's your best-selling brand currently? Oh, I mean, of course, that's always a product of like, what do I have most in stock, Cindy? So I have a ton of G4 in stock, and I have a ton of Polo Ralph Lauren in stock, and that's like probably between those two brands, that might be half my sales for the weekend. We're putting 42 orders out the door today, and probably close to 20 of those are Polo Ralph Lauren or G4. But it's because I just have so much of that stuff in inventory. A lot of that Polo I just picked up last week too, so super fast sales on those. Thank you, Josh, on this Peter Millar. Paid $32, sold for $60. Took about a month to sell on that one. Brand new diesel jeans. These took 3 months to sell. Where'd they go? Did I not grab them? Oh, you're there. Yep. These took 3 months to sell. I picked these up like at the beginning of summer, I didn't expect these to start really selling until August, September. So I think this is the second pair of these to go out the door. This sold for $90. I paid $48. Sold for $90 on a best offer. Out the door. I'm gonna use a padded flat rate for this. The jeans just fit so nicely in a padded flat rate. Nope, it's still in the shop. Oh, I didn't even know it was in the shop. Bummer, man. I'm sorry about that. That stinks. Cindy, what's your best-selling brand right now? That's a good question for all of the chat too. Like, what's your best-selling brand like right now, August 2024? What's moving really well for you? So this is going to Edgar. No, it's going to Caesar. Right? Yep, going to Caesar. Thank you, Caesar. Nice pair of Diesel jeans going out the door for you. Diesel is one of those brands that I've been selling retail arbitrage for years and years and years. It's always done well for me. I should say some models sell well, some models don't sell so well. So you got to do your homework on those. Don't just buy it if it says Diesel. These are going out to Caesar. I love seeing jeans starting to move pretty well, especially my new wood tag jeans, because they sell for, some of these new wood tag ones sell for good money. The last pair, that polo pair sold for $89. These sold for $90. That's great revenue. Just those two pairs of jeans, $170 right there. Sorry, $180. Right? No, 90 plus 80, $170. We had it right the first time. Sold a Callaway GES golf set. Took an offer for $280. Picked it up for $25. I love it, Steven. What neck of the woods do you live in, Steven? Do you find that stuff pretty consistently? I used to find golf clubs really consistently when I was down in Tampa, Florida. Just, there's just so much golfing down there. And so I used to find that stuff at garage sales a lot, sometimes at thrift stores, but not too commonly. But every now and again, I'd find a set, even sometimes a set with a bag for cheap at a thrift store, but really garage sales down there. I found a ton of that stuff. Up here, I really just don't find it, even at garage sales. I usually find like crappy old clubs. And if I do find new clubs, they want like a boatload for them. They want like market value for them. But I honestly don't find them that much. And the thrift stores just don't have anything worth picking up for clubs around here. I'm currently selling a lot of Halloween and Christmas hard goods instead of clothes. I like it, Cindy. I like it. 'Tis the season. For us, I would say our best seller is whatever sold last. Gotcha. Travis George is in the house, everybody. Travis George is in the house. Cindy with my favorite last name, Cindy Coffee, is in the house. I love it. All right, we got a Lacoste shirt. If these have the logo, this is a used one for you thrifters and garage sailors and that sort of thing, estate sailors. It's got the logo on the chest. I typically pick these up if it's got the logo on them, if I can find them for $5 or less. Pick this one up. I think this was in inventory for 3 months. Nice little pattern on it. Men's size 40, 15.5 neck. It's like a size medium. So even a smaller size. This sold for $19. I paid $5 for it. I pick them up if they got the logo. All right, so this is going out to Mitchell. Picked them up at Goodwill in the Chicago suburbs while visiting my sister. I'm in Little Rock. Never find anything like that here. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't find sets at thrift store. I've never, put it this way, I've been back in Asheville for October 1st will be 2 years. I've never found a set of golf clubs at a thrift store in the Asheville area. I used to find them occasionally in Tampa. But good pickup on that, Stephen. That's awesome. Nice when you're on the road visiting fam and you get to make some good money. Good flip on that too. Don't sleep on golf stuff right now. A lot of people think like, oh, it's the end of the summer. Like people are done golfing. You got to remember, in places like Florida and Arizona, golf season's just heating up now because things will start cooling off. Well, soon things will start cooling off and people are more likely to go out and golf. It's tough to golf in the middle of the summer on a hot, every day's hot in Florida. Like it's tough to get out and play around a golf when it's that hot. So when it cools down, it kind of picks up down there. This is going to Mitchell. Yep. We got one more Poshmark. We'll switch over to Mercari. We also have a chris@peak.com sale. This is a good time to remind you too, if you want to learn more about this reselling business, hit the follow or subscribe button. I don't charge you for anything. I just kind of share what's going on with my business. Hopefully that can help you grow. We post a lot of sales on eBay, like eBay Poshmark sales, and try to give some like depth for like why something sold for a certain amount of money, or why it sold so fast, or why it sold so slow. So hit that follow or subscribe button if you haven't. If you haven't liked this live, go ahead and do that. If you haven't checked out chris@peak.com, that's where I have an Amazon. You can see it, chris@peak.com right there. I have an Amazon reseller shopping list. So it's all the stuff that I use for my business, everything from these desks to my printer to all these shipping supplies that we're using. It's all linked right there. You can also check, we have some coffee and some rad merch if you want to check that out. We do have a Get a Real Job hoodie right here. And the coffee is like legit coffee. It's fair trade. It's organic. And it's roasted fresh every Thursday. It's legit. We have a medium roast, a dark roast, and a light roast. And if you like it whole bean or you like it already ground, we got that too. Check it out, chris@peak.com. If you put in an order at chris@peak.com while we're live, we'll ship it out live right here for you. Why not? With a big dose of gratitude, handwritten thank you card. Appreciate you supporting our small little business. Got an offer on Poshmark, $30 on a $64 item. We're not going to accept that. We'll counter at $59. I never decline the low balls. Well, I do if they keep sending them to me, but on the first one, I let them low ball me. I'll counter with a price that I'm comfortable with. And after that, if they're not really coming up, I'll cancel it, but I always counter offers. Just got a sale right here. Speaking about fall, Patagonia women's jacket, $107 on this one, $107. That just came through on a best offer, 107. Let's go. We'll get that one shipped out. I'll have to go grab that one from inventory. Glass. Yeah, I thought that might have been on the rack, but that's out in inventory. So there you go, winter jacket right here, August the 5th, out the door for $107. Let's frickin' go. I think sales are trending towards preppy, like Polo Ralph Lauren, and will cost more than usual. Interesting, Cindy. Interesting. Those have always just sold really well for me. I've never had to be like Polo Ralph Lauren is about as consistent as it gets. Most brands, this is the fashion business, whether you like to think so or not. Eric, thank you for the Christopher comment. Welcome aboard. Good to have you, buddy. Arizona golf is a month away. There you go. Nick is in the house. Have you heard of Trina? I don't know who that is. No. Should I have heard of that? Is that like a brand, or what? Is that like a rapper? I don't know. Sounds like a rapper name, Travis George. Thank you for my hoodie. Got it. Nice, Jen. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got another hoodie going out the door today. These are on sale. We only have 5 of them left. I think we have size large, 2X, and 3X left. And those are unisex sizes, large, 2X, 3X. It's getting to that season. You're going to want yourself a nice hoodie. Kim was wearing a hoodie this morning because it was kind of like a cool start to the day. So Kim had was rocking her hoodie this morning when she went out to the store. What's up, Eric? Good to have you, brother. There's a rapper named Trina. She nasty. Okay. I don't know any of these new rappers. I only know the old good stuff. All right, let's ship out Mercari now. We got 3 Mercari orders. One of them's a bundle for 5 G4 golf polos, all size large. There's a little bit of a story behind this too. All size medium. The person ordered 4 mediums and 1 small, and I was like, that might be a mistake. So I sent him a message. I said, hey, looks like you ordered 4 mediums and 1 small. Let me know if that was intentional. Otherwise, the one that you ordered that's a small, I'm out of it in medium. But I do have a couple others available in medium, and I gave him like the models for what those were. Let me know if you want either one of those instead. So he said, oh, thanks for catching that. No, I don't want the small. He said, give me one of the mediums. Give me this one here, which is the feeder stripe right here. So Mercari, this person paid $215 on these polos. And I'll tell you what my cost was on them. My cost was 30 times 150, 145. So I paid 145. These sold for $215. So what's that? $70 profit on these. And remember, Mercari's got 0 fees. So that $215, I get all of it. And the buyer paid for shipping on these too. So nice sale there. I usually don't go that cheap on G4s. So what is that? It ends up being $43 a shirt. I wouldn't sell these for $43 a shirt on eBay or Poshmark because I have to pay fees on top of that. On Mercari, no fees. So $215 for this. A nice $70 profit out the door on these for me. Sure, I'll take $70 profit. Move some of these polos in August. Let's go. But I could have just shipped that small one to the person and said, tough luck, brother. But I wasn't going to do that. Messaged him. We got it done. They were really appreciative that I caught it too. So thanks so much. This is going out to Andrew. It's our biggest dollar amount sale of the day. $215 on one order. Gotta love that. And no fees. So that's straight into the bank account. Straight cash, homie. Thank you, Andrew. This is going to Illinois. Grays Lake, Illinois. He's got a new golf polo for every day of the week. And actually, before I put those in there, I'm just going to double check that those are all size medium. I sold a bunch of these this weekend. I'm going to make sure that I got it right. I do. When did you come back to Mercari? Must have missed that. Yeah, you miss it when you don't come into lives, Trisha. Probably when I had all those shoes from Whatnot. When I stopped doing shoes on Whatnot, I started back up Mercari. So I guess that was probably April because the shoes sell pretty good on Mercari. So figured I'd try that. That was the same time that they came out with like the zero fees thing. So I figured I'd give it a whirl with all those shoes, and the shoes sold fairly well over on Mercari. So I kept it going. I don't sell a ton over there. I can tell you exactly what it is. I'll give you like my percentages of sales over on Mercari. I was going to make up a number, but I can actually look this up. So Mercari was 7% of my sales in July. In June, it was 5% of my sales. So it's not like it's not gangbusters over there. I mean, I'm psyched about this $215 order, don't get me wrong, and that's how Mercari pretty much was when I used to use Mercari. I stopped using Mercari a little over a year ago because it was just so slow for me. But it used to be, sometimes it was like 10% of my sales, and then it started slowing down. I had like a full year of consistent, like 5% of my sales was Mercari. I was like, I don't think that's really worth my time. So last month was 7. Is that really worth my time? I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to give it another couple of months. If it keeps averaging like 5, 6, 7%, then I might pull the plug on it again. Just one more thing to worry about for not a lot of sales. I like Instagram so much better than TikTok. I do too, Eric. I do too. Some swimwear type stuff we picked up with good comps. Oh, okay. That's that brand, the Trina thing. That's interesting. Is that a FBA stuff or is that eBay stuff? Mercari is currently 9.4 year to date. That's healthy. I think I would be happy with a 9.4% year to date with Mercari. I would be happy with that, but we'll see what happens over the next couple of months. All right, 2 more Mercari orders and a chris@peak.com order. We got an order for Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah picked up a G4 polo. This is that feeder stripe in that pink and white color. Sarah paid money. What did Sarah pay? Sarah paid $43. Again, I wouldn't accept $43 for these on Poshmark or eBay. I can accept it on Mercari because there's no fees. So Sarah paid $43 for this G4 polo. A good G4 weekend, especially because of that order of 5 of them together. I think 7 or 8 G4 polos over the weekend. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, T. Georgie. Good to know. Trina Turk, a little eBay bolo for you, swimwear. Never heard of it. Never seen it. Is that like a Kohl's? Next up is a Bad Birdie. This is our last Mercari sale. Bad Birdie. This one sold for $27. Again, Mercari, no fees. I paid $11 or $12 a piece on average for these. And almost out of the Bad Birdies. This one sold for $27. I paid $11 or $12. This is going to Lauren in Elizabethton, Kentucky. I don't know if they pronounce it Elizabethtown or Elizabethton. Here in Carolina, we would say Elizabethton, but I don't know how they say it in Kentucky. Anyway, either way, thank you, Lauren. Thanks for buying the Bad Birdie out the door. That bin is full of sales. All right, we got a chris@peak.com order, a nice hoodie ready for the fall. Get a real job. I'll show you this too. We'll get it shipped out. I have size large, 2X and 3X left. Only 5 total units left. Get a real job. This is good, like medium to heavyweight. So this will be nice and warm for those cool mornings, cool evenings around the fire. I was selling these for $45.95. I'm selling them now, I think $22 on sale if you go to chris@peak.com. Just got a couple of them left. So that's basically my cost on these. Is what I'm selling them for, $22 plus the shipping on these. Get a real job. Wear it with pride. Nice and comfy. It's a cotton polyester blend, so it's got like a fleecy feel to it. Just got 5 of them left. Bethany got 1 of them. Thank you, Bethany. Appreciate that. And while you're at chris@peak.com, you might check out some coffee. Get you some delicious, delicious coffee. Roasted fresh every Thursday. It's fair trade. It's organic. It is the real deal coffee. Thank you, Bethany. This one's going to Lexington, Kentucky. Bethany, I don't know if you're watching, but I appreciate it. Snappy D's in the house. What's up, Snappy D? Ross Burlington, TJ Maxx. Thank you, Travis George. Ross Burlington, TJs. Gotcha. I don't really go into the women's section in any of those stores, Travis. So I'm like remembering that and making a mental note of it. And then I'll just walk into the stores and not go into those sections anyway. I appreciate it, though. I should spend more time over there. We got a counter offer on Poshmark, $40. No. I'm going to stay at $59. Hello, stranger. Thank you, Bethany. We'll put a little Chris@Peak sticker on here. All right, we got one more item to ship. I got to go out to the garage to get this one. Just sold a $107 Patagonia jacket. I picked this up in Florida at a thrift store. This would have been in May. And I just listed this last month. I didn't like run home and get all the winter jackets listed in the middle of May, but I did list them about a month ago. Let's see what bin it's in. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. I hope it's a good start to your week. Let's see, active. That's an S3. I'll be right back. I got to go grab this Patagonia. Big sale, biggest sale of the weekend. $103 on this jacket on a best offer. I'll be right back. Women's jacket, S3. No, it's humid out there. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes while I grab this. Patagonia, you're not going to be able to see the whole jacket because it's all bagged up. So this is what the it's called an H2No, which is Patagonia's own proprietary like waterproof layer on this. It's kind of like a Gore-Tex, only it's Patagonia's own, called H2No. It's also it's like a puffer jacket, so the inside is like a polyester fill. It's not down, but it's a polyester puffer, like a Primaloft with that H2No. Boom, $103 on this, and it's August the 5th, and we're shipping that out. So that's a Poshmark sale. I think I paid $20 for this at a thrift store in Florida. We're going to put this in a padded flat rate envelope. Some nice little sale here to cap off our shipping live. Fresh order in the door. This is going out to, get this shipping label printed out here. Going out to Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. It's going to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd want to hear the story of why somebody in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's probably 90 degrees there today. Why is somebody, Samantha, why do you want a waterproof insulated winter jacket on August 5th? I'm curious. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate you. I'm laying in bed. The humidity is unbearable outside, so I'm hiding. You can run, but you can't hide, Snappy D. Yeah, man. It's like that humidity, when I walked out the door, like hit me in the face. It's something out there. And you probably got an extra like 4 or 5 degrees of temperature than we do too. Down there in the Piedmont. Up here in the mountains, we usually are about 4 or 5 degrees less than you. Planning ahead, I like it. Remember, if you start going into stores, like retail clothing stores right now, the stuff that you're going to start seeing now at the front of the store is like fall stuff. Maybe not like winter jackets, right? But you're going to see jeans, you're going to see flannels, you're going to see long sleeve shirts, hoodies. That stuff's moving to the front of the stores because that's what people start buying now. So you can expect that stuff to start selling because people are getting in that mindset. They buy for the next season. So typically for me, I'm busiest with wintertime stuff. Fall time stuff, I'll be busiest in September. Like I'll sell a ton of fall stuff, jeans, flannels, all that stuff. It's at the beginning of the season or right before the season. The wintertime stuff, like the jackets and stuff, October, November, those are the busiest. People think that stuff will be busy in January. It still will be. But for me, it's the beginning of the season when that stuff's always the busiest. People buy for the season that's coming. And that's how kind of fashion purchasing works. And this is the fashion business, whether you like to think so or not. People are buying for what's coming. When I find jackets at the end of January, like good ones, I'm like, crap, because I got to sell this fast or this thing's going to sit in my inventory for a while. It's right now when's the good time to get all this stuff up because we're right at the front end of when this stuff will start selling. So if you got a whole bunch of jackets and jeans that you've been waiting to list, take this as a wake-up call. Now's the time to do it. $103 on this Patagonia jacket, $107 on this used Patagonia jacket in the middle of summertime here, August the 5th. Get this stuff listed. We sold some jeans today too. We sold a sweater, a cashmere sweater today too. It is time, y'all. It is time. Sold a good amount of jeans throughout the course of the week too. That's the last of the sales today. Last of the sales today. Thanks everyone for hanging out a little bit. Hope you have a great start to your week. I appreciate you sharing a little bit of time with me. If you haven't hit that like or follow button, please do so. Come up because next week we'll do the same thing. I'll go live Monday morning or afternoon, whatever it might be. I'll ship out the weekend orders, tell you what the thing's sold for, exactly how much I'm getting for those items, try to talk about trends and what's hot and what's not, and just be honest as heck about this business that I've been running out of my house for the last 6 years. So yeah, follow along, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Hope you have a great week. Hope you find some cool stuff, and I hope sales start rolling in for you. They've started picking up for me. I hope they start picking up for you. Peace.